Hello, welcome back to another fabulous Variant channel. I'm J Books Corner, and today we're talking about my July TBR. We have 25 books to go over. I'm gonna go over the books I physically own first. Normally I categorize these in videos. We're just gonna talk about all the books today. I will tell you if it's for a video or not, and that's the reason why I don't know the information for it. Some of these I really don't know the information for, but that's besides the point. Starting with Taylor Jenkins Reads, Daisy Jones and the Six. I had actually taken this off my TBR this month, and then my mom bought me the book this morning, and I took that as a sign. So I guess we're reading this month. I'm very excited. I've only read it once, and I loved it, so hopefully the second time is a charm. We're in a different spot today. It's throwing me off, but I'm in my middle of my reread part 2 for my Shadowhunters. We are in the Mortal Instrument era, and so guess what? We get to start City of Bones. I'm so excited to read this. It's been so long since I've read City of Bones, City of Ashes, and City of Glass. Actually, it's been so long since I've read the entire first Mortal Instruments, but it's been particularly long since I've read this. So I'm very excited to jump in here and read it and experience it all over again. Okay, the next one being A Twisted Love Story by Samantha Downing. As you guys do know, this is in both my top 23 books I need to read in 2023, but it's also in my top, my 5-star prediction for this part of the month. You're gonna see I'm reviewing both books, and so this one will probably come out next month for a 5-star prediction with August's pick, but we'll get to it this one. I'm so excited. This is one of my most anticipated books of the year. Then we have The King's Man, which I talked about last month. This is the final book in the All for the Games series by Nova Savik. And I'm just gonna bite the bullet and read it, and that's just the moral on that one. I'm planning on reading Babel and Yellowface in a single word vlog. Yellowface probably first, just because it's shorter and I can get to it a little faster. But Babel, I'm hoping to plan over reading over a course of quite a while. I do this thing where I write for 15 minutes, I read for 10 minutes, things like that. And I think that's the book I'm gonna use for Babel this month. Will be read throughout the month. I don't know when that video will come out, if it's gonna come out in this month or in August, but expected relatively soon. But I'm reading this together. The next one being The Last Word by Taylor Adams. This is one of the first books I'm picking up in the month, only because I have a video coming out relatively similar where I'm reading 2 of my 5-star predictions to see if they're 5 stars. This one, all I know, it's about a review gone wrong, I think, for a horror novel. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm excited. Then we have a few books I'm just really looking forward. Hopefully I can pick up. I don't really know though. I have to get my hands on it. We have Silver Nitrate by Sylvia Morana Garcia. I think this is like a horror film in the 80s, like a Mexican gothic horror. I'm not really sure. I remember being really excited for it when it got announced. It comes out at some point during this month. I think it's like the middle of the month. But I did try to put an arc on it to see if I can get it. I don't feel like I'm going to, but hopefully we can get to this month. Then we have Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong, which is the Flesh and False Gods, book number 1. I'm really excited for this. I talked about when I read These Violent Delights, I would love to see Chloe Gong take a different series. I'd love to go back to her writing in the future, and I figured her first adult tale is the way to go. Then we have Corinne by Jade Song. I want to read it so bad. This is about a mermaid without knowing she's a mermaid, and I heard it's very steamy, which I'm excited about. We have Dragon Falls, which is the first one in the Dragon Scales trilogy, which I'm also really looking forward to. With this one in particular, I did not know it was gay, and I found out the other day it was. That just makes me super fucking excited. We have The Writing Trait by Julia Bartz. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do my first time reading on this one or not, but I do plan on reading the entire book. If you guys don't know, I filmed the intro after I read the entire book for that series to do all the research, just because sometimes you come across spoilers and you might want information on that stuff as well, so it's just better to know the entire story. I do want to vlog my experience, so I kind of think it's possible. We have Page Boy by Elliot Page. I think this one's pretty obvious. I'm just really curious about the story. And then we have Your Lonely Nights Are Over by Adam Sass. This is my first Adam Sass. I will probably do a video on that where I feature him. I think this one comes out in September, and so that one will probably come out in September, but I plan on reading it this month. I got an e-arc for it. Gay Slasher, which sounds so good. You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by K1 Bryan. This is another slasher-y book as well, which I'm really excited about. Okay, then we have my 5-book series where I read 5 books for one thing. I talked about this one before. I talked about it last month. I just didn't get around to it. And it's 5 books people I love. And so the books go as following. Eagle Geniuses by Catherine Jinks. Then No Child of Mine by Susan Lewis. Fable by Adrienne Young. Heidi by Joanne Spree. And then November 9 by Colleen Hoover. Alright, continuing on this list, we have Brother and Sister Into the Forest. If I can find it, I'd love to get to it this month. Also on that list of 23 books I want to read. Did not know this one was gay too. I probably did when I put it on this list. But then we have Heir to the Form and Flame by Ben Alderson. This one comes out the end of July, I'm pretty sure. There are e-arcs that I plan on reading and reviewing or vlogging my experience while reading it. These next 2 are also e-arcs that I have. We have Untitled, a collection of poems by Sv Siegel. I'm pretty sure this is already out, but I would love to get my review out for it, so bring it to it. And then The Order of Things by Kaja Langley. This is a poetry collection about loss, which I'm really looking forward to. And those are the 25 books I plan on reading in July. I know this is like a very short thing, but once again, I don't look up synopsis. I try my hardest to go into a book as blind as completely possible. Sometimes I hear the pitch and that's just it. Sometimes I don't hear anything. Sometimes I go based off the cover. I do it somewhat very chaotically for reasons of my own accord. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your guys' most anticipated book of July is that you're going to be reading. Old or new, does not matter. What your number one, I guess your most anticipated is also your most predicted 5-star. Is there any books that you're reading for like a book club or anything like that that you don't really think you're going to enjoy but you're curious? Like mine would definitely be like Heidi. I don't think I'm gonna like it, but I'm hoping to understand it better and read it for, you know, for that video, because one of the people that I love absolutely love that book. Alright, that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.